Hello again and welcome to a Guilds of Ravnica Premier Draft. And apparently I have the same first pick that I had in the last draft, so mm, yeah, it's gonna be the price of fame. The other cards aren't really that great. I guess the best common might just be the Rosemane Centaur. I mean, the Capture Sphere isn't a bad card. I mean, well, of course, it's not a bad card. It's an above average card, but I think I'd like the Centaur more. But still, I'm gonna take the Price of Fame. This leaves me options for the Golgari and as well as Dimir archetypes here, and it's just a good removal spell, so why not pick it? All right, so rare was taken here, and we have a Deadly Visit. I mean, I have here a Swarm Guildmate, which is well, I think a nice card. I think all the guild mages are good, but this is not a very strong card. It just makes more sense to pick another removal spell here that still leaves me options for both blue and green as my secondary color. So let's pick the Deadly Visit here. Necrotic Wound. It's fine, but do I really want to have it? I mean, I guess graveyards will have creatures at some point, and the other options aren't really that great. I mean, Whisper Agent, Dimmy Gate, and Pitiless Gorgon. Yeah, I mean, I take the wounds here still. And okay, we got Deadweight, so maybe I'll just start the draft with picking nothing but removal. The Nightveil Sprite is it's an okay card, yeah, but I guess I'll still take the Deadweight. It's very good against Boros, and Boros is a very good deck in the format. So this kills most of their guys with just 1 mana. So I'm gonna take the Deadweight and still keep the option open for my second color. I did pass some good blue and green in these packs, but I guess there's nothing much I can do about it. Alright, well, I might have just picked a Golgari Guildgate if there was nothing else, but there's another Deadly Visit, so let's just pick this thing, and I guess at this point I just try to survive, because these are of course very expensive cards. It's not like a premium removal spell at all, but it's still good enough to be picked in there. So I think now I'm just wanting to have some cheap cards, maybe a bit defensive cards, and because I definitely want to survive until I can start using these 5 mana removal spells. But the problem is that, for example, against something like a Boros, you are just overpaying for these removal spells when you are killing their 3-drops or something like that. So it's definitely not a great card in that sense. But I think there was still not really any better options in the packs. Okay, here this is just a bad card. This Barrier of Bones. No reason paying 1 mana for or no reason to use a card for an 0-3 thing. I guess it's gonna be the Portcullis Wine. I mean, the best card in the pack is the Blade Instructor, but this is Guilds of Ravnica. There's basically only 5 archetypes, so I have to take the green card or a blue card, but the blue card is even worse. So this Portcullis Wine at least works nicely with the Necrotic Wound, because I can sacrifice either this itself or some other defender to draw a card, and then at least it will be a creature in my graveyard. And I don't mind having this 0-3 blocker here for the early game now that I have this kind of late game removal here. So I don't just want to lose before I get access to these Deadly Visits. Okay, so there's a lot of packs in there, but okay, we did get, okay, that's quite a late Rosemane Centaur, but I get the Siege-Worm. This is quite nice. Now I have even more reason to pick these cheap guys here that I can use to convoke my Trampler. Yeah, this is easy pick here, I think. So it seems like I'm gonna play Golgari in here. I wonder how good this guild is within the human drafts here. Uh, Luminous Bunch is still here. I mean, it's something I could splash, but I have enough removal. I don't care about that. I actually am just taking this 1/4 blocker here. It actually, given my deck, it's not even that bad here. A defensive 3-drop here that I can use to pay convoke costs or just buy some time to get my expensive stuff going on. But yeah, I was just wondering how good this Golgari is now that I'm not drafting with bots. I think the Golgari was one of the worst archetypes, maybe back when Guilds of Ravnica was the active format, but not sure how much of that was because of bots, that they just passed so much good Boros and Dimir, and how much of it was that this is just a bad guild. I think I'll take the Celestial Locket in here because I might splash something white and this, and that pact really didn't have much anything else. The Spinal Centipede is actually a good card compared to the Gul'Dra's Mucklord that is in Zendikar Rising. The fact this is a 3-mana 3/2 makes all the difference, but still I'm taking the Siege Worm here. I have a pretty easy plan here. By the way, I'm gonna put this Locket to the sideboard for now. So basically I just want to have now this kind of defensive creatures, and then I want to have my Siege Worms on the battlefield, and probably I'm trying to remove the nastiest creatures the opponent plays and try to win that way. This is not a card I'm gonna play, but it's a card I'm still gonna pick here. I mean, I guess if I end up with like 4 Portcullis Vines in here, then the Barrier of Bones might be something I could consider playing. A lot of these Boros cards coming late, I'll just pick them away because there's nothing else for me. This is not a good one, but I guess I'll pick it because, again, there was nothing else in there. This is 9 cards in the deck, so that's enough playables. I mean, per pack. If I get 9 cards from each pack, that would mean 27 playables. So I would have to cut like 4 cards. So I'm not worried about running out of playables. And all of these cards are in fact cards I'm not minding playing. Normally the Recluse isn't that great, but now that I have the double Siege Worm and double Deadly Visit, it's something I definitely don't mind playing. And well, that's not a good pack for me, but I guess I'll take the Death Touch 3-drop. Also easy to cast thanks to the hybrid casting cost here. Yeah, I think, I mean, there's some consideration to pick the Night Veil Predator and still go Dimir, but with the double Siege Worm, I don't really feel doing so. So I'll take the 3-drop in here. It's actually my first. No, it wasn't my first. I had the Recluse there, but I'm missing. Okay, I don't have any 2-drops. Well, now I definitely need 2-drops. I didn't even realize that I had, but I mean, I wasn't given any option to pick a 2-drop, I guess, or at least I had something much better to pick instead of a 2-drop. Okay, so this Lurker, Lurcher, how do you say it? It's not very good. I guess if you have a ton of Surveil or something like that, well, I mean, it might maybe be playable, but definitely not being the pick in here. How about the Blake Crafter? I could just consider playing this as a 2-mana 2/2, but well, I mean, basically that's what it is, a 2-mana 2/2 that can then deal some damage to targets. Blake Crafter, well, I don't really have anything harmless to sacrifice, so I guess I'm just taking this because it's my first 2-drop and it has a little bit of utility. There's no way I'm gonna use the Wobberg ability, but I don't think I have to. Well, that would be another Night Veil Predator. Could be a pretty nice deck if I had gone that route, but I didn't want to abandon my Siege Worms, so I still think that was the correct choice to make. How about the Prey upon it? It's very nice with the Siege Worm. Not so great with most of my other guys. I mean, this Death Toucher, yeah, but it's a fight, not a bite. So that means I could only fight with 1 power creatures. I'll take the 4-drop, which is very unexciting, but I don't have 4-drop creatures here, so I'll just pick it now. This is otherwise quite a weak pack. Okay, so we have now 2-drop in here, but I think I want to have the Guild Gate. How likely is it that this Guild Gate is gonna get passed? I mean, I do want to play like 2 Guild Gates per deck, but I do need the 2-drops too. They also are very crucial to getting these Siege Worms convoked. Alright, I guess I'll just pass the Guild Gate for now, but I do want to pick a Golgari Guild Gate at some point. Hopefully I'm able to get one. Okay, so these Boros cards are just flowing in both directions. So I'm Legionnaire as the Scout here. This is pretty crazy. Do I want to take this 3-1 flyer or this that might come? I guess if this enters with 2 counters, it's fine. With 1, it's bad. I mean, at least not very exciting. But this is only 1 toughness. Don't really know what to decide to do here. Maybe I'll take this and I'm not sure about that at all. Well, I'm gonna take the Gorgon. I kind of want my creatures to trade so I can actually make this Lurcher and the Necrotic Wound do more. So this is a 2-drop I'm gonna definitely pick now. And well, now I get the Guild Gate. I would pick the Wine here probably otherwise, but the Golgari Guild Gate is something I want to have in this deck. At least 2 of them. Beacon and Bolt, quite late. Blading Structure. I take another Seratok here, but hopefully I don't have to play 2 of them. Hide Poisoner. Well, that's actually nice for my, defensive card. And it fills my graveyard and it works nicely in this deck. I'll take the white land here. I guess I have now an option to splash for white because I have the Celestial Locket and the Guild Gate, so that's 2 sources for white already. But I would have to basically open something good white in order for me to do that. But the option is there now. Nothing for my colors. Okay, so now I'll just have to wait for the packs. I have I think 2 more picks because in Guilds of Ravnica the limited boosters have 15 cards because the Guild Gates are in the sort of basic land slot. Normally the basic land, it doesn't appear in the drafts, but when there is that kind of a dual land in the basic land slot, then of course we do have 15 cards per pack, so I will have 1 more pick left. So what do I get from here? Well, not much at all. I don't think I want to pick the Gateway Plaza. Never happened isn't just very good. This is again best of 1, so there is no sideboarding. This would be a good card to sideboard in against some decks, but I just don't think it's a main deckable card at all. I mean, the Golgari Locket is something I could pick. Another Rhizome, a Lurcher, I don't know. This is just so much worse than the Guild Gate because of the additional mana you have to play. I think I'm gonna take actually 20 gems here because there wasn't really anything I was interested in. Well, Deadly Visit number 3, this troll is just I mean, you have to have a lot of creatures in your graveyard. This is just way too risky. I don't think it's a limited playable card at all. So now it's a question between Deadly Visit and like a Portcullis Wine. I guess I'll take the removal. I mean, there's also the Shield Mate though. Okay, I think I have enough expensive cards. I take the 2-drop here rather than yet another 5 mana spell. The Root is fine. Centipede is fine. Molder Hulk though. Each creature card in your graveyard. I guess I could take this kind of beefy guy. One more of them. The Spinal Centipede. It wouldn't be the worst here, but maybe I'll want to have one Molder Hulk here. It will cost 9 mana minus. I mean, I guess if it costs like 6 mana, it's... Well, it has the potential to cost even less, so... Okay, I'll take the Molder Hulk here. So this is again just not very good. I don't think I'm interested in the booster spell at all. I'm gonna take the Chromatic Lantern. I mean, maybe I even play it because I mean, okay, it makes actually sense to play it because I do have the Chamber Sentry, so that's some. Yeah, it's a mana rock. It's a 3 mana rock, meaning that it's not very good. But because of the combination with the Chamber Sentry, it actually can be quite nice. I will do that. How about this thing? Yeah, I don't want a 7 mana 6/5. I have expensive cards here already, so I'm not gonna play that. But then again, there's not much else here. I'm not gonna play another Rhizome Alert. I guess I'll take it, but I'll put it on the sideboard for now at least. That's another Molder Hulk. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a 2-drop, right? Because this is also something that requires a lot of cards in your creature cards in your graveyard, so... And I don't really like this card that much either. I'll take the 2-drop. And this is another example of a quite bad Undergrowth card. And why is this bodyguard in here? I'm actually gonna take it just to hate it. Shouldn't be that late. This is just not a good card. I guess I can consider this Trooper now. Yeah, it's better than the other options here. And there's the Locket, which I don't play. And there's the Portcullis Wine. Do I want to play it? I'm not going to play the Uprising either, so let's pick it. Circuitous Root. Don't have really that many reasons to go to accelerate, but I have the Chromatic Lantern as a expensive mana accelerator already. I'm not going to play any other one. I think this is pretty much the deck. I mean, I guess I have to make one cut here though. Yeah, I'm not going to play the Lotleth Troll. None of these either. I got only one Guild Gate, but well, it's still better than no Guild Gates at all. I think the deck might just be even I mean, one Guild Gate and 8 of both basic lands. That's it. I think the deck building will be pretty easy. There's not much decisions here. Okay, but before I build the deck, I do upload daily draft content to my channel, so if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, so it will be easier to follow my content if you find these kind of videos interesting at all. Right, so I mean, this is the mana base. 8, 8 and 1 Guild Gate. I think that has to be the mana base. And now the cuts are, at least one of these troopers will be cut. And I might want to play one of these Rhizome Lurkers, but do I want to cut one of these Ceratoks then? I don't want to lose my 2 drops. I don't want to... I mean, I guess I could lose one Portcullis Wine. It's just that there's some value in sacrificing it for a card, because that will grow my Undergrowth stuff. But it's just, I mean, this is just seem so bad. I mean, it's a 3 mana 2/2, and you have to discard a creature card. You can't even discard anything like land. Yeah, I mean... No, I'm gonna just cut it. I guess this is the deck after all. This is 17 creatures, some late game, some removal, a mana curve that is actually... It's not that bad of a mana curve. And mana should work here. Yeah, it's definitely not a deck I'm very excited about, because I play like a 4 mana 4/3s here. I don't think that's a very good sign, but at least I have these beefy guys to close the game, and well, there's some removal, and maybe my C2Ms will lead to me to victory. I mean, there is a chance that I play the Lotlet Giant instead of one of these Ceratox, but I guess I'll just want to be able to curve out. And having these 2 4-drops, because I don't necessarily always want to play the Rhizome Lurcher on turn 4, because if it's not gonna be at least a 3/3, it's gonna be very bad. So I think the Ceratox are just for curve reasons in here now. Well, let's see how this thing can manage. I am on the play. I have 1-drop, 2-drop, and I have a 1-drop removal, and then I can sacrifice this for a card. So that's enough, good enough. Even though I would rather have 3 lands, of course, but that's good enough a set of cards to make me keep this. And I drew the land, which is pretty nice. I'm actually, yeah, pretty close to Siege Worm. Basically 2 lands, or in combination 2 lands and or creatures will let me play this Siege Worm. And I think it's safer to just kill that thing right away. I don't want to trade with the Sealed Mate, because I want to actually have the Siege Worm happen. And normally I might be interested in drawing the card from this thing, but I don't draw the card until I have played the Siege Worm. I need only 1 creature or a land. Of course I can't play it next turn, but on the turn after that. Turn 5, 5/5 trample. It's not so bad. I hope they don't have a discard spell. Okay, so I'm gonna attack with the Shield Mate. They can have a Flash Guy, but that Flash Guy is a 3/2, so they would only trade here, so I don't mind that. So now I did draw a creature here, which is good news if they don't have a counter spell it, which they... Okay, they have something. So the Flash Guy, no. I have the Siege Worm now possible. Okay, I can't. Okay, I drew a land. So basically now I can attack with the Gorgon here, because I can still play the Siege Worm. This has a Vigilance, but of course I can't attack because they have a 2/3 in there. Although... Oh yeah, actually I'm not gonna attack with the Gorgon. I wanna leave it as a blocker, because this can draw them cards otherwise. And then next turn I can Deadly Visit it, for example. Unless they have a something like a disinformation campaign that would make me discard a card. So they have 5 mana available and still 5 cards in the hand too. So they are just gonna leave up some kind of an instant speed effect there, so that's pretty easy for me to just... I try to remember if there is a counter spell that would make me pay 1 extra. I don't think. I wouldn't want to play the Swamp because that would reveal that I have nothing left in my hand. So I guess I'm gonna just Deadly Visit and let's see what happens. Okay, they are thinking about something. What might that be? I mean, I'm kind of guessing they have some kind of a surveil effect, because this will get death touch if they surveil. Okay, they had a counter spell. Okay, they do want to return their phantasm. No, that spell didn't have surveil, so they either take 7 or trade with the Gorgon here. I'll leave the land for now. So they might now attack and draw a card, because I'm not gonna block it. Well, they didn't attack, so are they gonna go for the double block? I think I'm gonna sack this now for a card. Although I'm gonna tap 2 swamps instead. Well, that's a reason to not attack with the Siege Worm right now. Okay, well they surveil, basically they use this to remove the Gorgon, and they don't get the value from the surveil effect. Got rid of 1 land and then they can kill it for free. Well, I guess I'm happy I didn't attack with the Siege Worm. I'll just play the land now. I hope they don't have the rats, but there's a chance I want to draw a card and play the Deadly Visit, so I want to have 6 mana available. Because if I draw a land now, I can play that and the Deadly Visit, and then I will have 2 mana up for the Portcullis Wine. But if they have the rat, that makes me discard or a Disinformation Campaign. That would of course be pretty nasty. Well, I mean, I guess I should have left the land in my hand now. Well, the Deadly Visit is gonna be needed anyway, because the worm is just gonna trade with the Dowser, so let's discard the worm and... not good. Not good at all. Can't even attack with the Shieldmate because they have their 2/3 blocker. Oh, they're gonna attack. No, well, of course they are, because they still have the blocker there. Kill the bigger guy, I guess. So now if they have a surveil effect here, they can draw a card. Okay, they killed that thing, and well, now they can either they draw a card or a jump block with the Vine, because this thing has death touch. And they got rid of lands even there. Well, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Either they draw a card or I draw a card. I guess I'd deny them their card draw. Are they gonna have another card draw spell there? I mean counter spell. I meant counter spell because I want to. I could have just used this, but I will risk a bit. They might make some kind of an disadvantageous surveil play just to get this trigger. in which case I can just price of fame them. If they have another devious cover-up, that would be pretty bad. Well, I'm gonna do now this end of turn. Of course, I get the surveil here as well. I'm gonna regret this if they have a devious cover-up. Okay, good. Well, Molder Hawk is definitely good, and it can return the guild gate too. Pretty sweet. So let's see, I have 6 mana, I can play this for 4 and return it on. Yeah, I'm gonna attack first. It's possible they're not gonna block because I can threaten lethal, I mean not lethal, but I can threaten to kill it. But they do know I left 1 card on top of my deck, so they might have just blocked anyway, but... Okay. Molder Hulk. I guess they are not gonna have a devious cover up because they would have countered that removal spell. So now it's looking good. Another one of those guys, but if they don't have a surveil there, it's not gonna help them. So they could have the bounce thing, and well, they don't have the... Okay, now I'm just gonna activate this. I still can play the Dissident. Alright then, let's see if they... I mean, it seems like they're holding something, but maybe they are not. They're just using full control or something like that to bluff they have something. Okay, that patch is not doing anything here. My Dissidents are surprisingly relevant now that I can pump them. Or at least, I mean, you don't even have to pump them. You can just represent the pump here, so fear of activation is powerful sometimes. Alright, so that was a bit long match, but Molder Hulk was a pretty nice draw there. Yeah, I hope you are using the chapter selection. Sometimes this matchmaking can take a long time, so I have the chapter selection available there, so you can jump straight to the next round. I guess this... I'm on the draw here. I played the Gorgon on turn 3. This can be at least a 3-3 in that case. It's not ideal, but I don't really feel like mulliganing this hand. Oh, and I'm against Boros there, right? It could be Izet as well. Okay, it's an Izet. Well, that is, I guess, fine. Well, that can be problematic. Yeah, I'm gonna play just my Death Toucher, and then the next turn is Chromatic Lantern, and then I can play the Siege-Wem turn 5, I guess not. Okay, they are really just going deep with this. Well, I mean, it's good enough for them, because if they have they can continue with this, the game is gonna be over very soon. So hopefully I draw something other than a land, which I did not. I'm not gonna play this as a 2-2. So basically just losing here pretty quickly. Well, they have a deck with synergies, so my deck doesn't have really that much going on. I'm already at 6, and then they can just use the Sonic Assault next turn to simply win. It will deal 2 damage to me, and this doesn't have reach. I can play the Siege Worm, but I can play even the Portcullis Vine and Siege Worm. And then they can tap the Siege Worm and I will lose. Well, that was fast. I had a very slow hand and they had a very I mean, exactly the kind of hand that punishes a slow hand, so not much to do about that in there. Well, I'm again on the draw here. Recluse is defensive card. I mean, I'm gonna keep it still, but it's not really ideal. I picked 2-drops for a reason, but apparently I'm not getting those 2-drops. I mean, I could just drop the Lurcher in here, but do I want to? Yeah, I guess it's bad enough. I don't want to miss land drops, and of course I draw a land. Had I known that, I would have definitely discarded a land, but maybe they have more of these and I still have stuff to discard. Well, they have a Thief of Sanity, so I have the reach blocker, but if they have removal on this thing, I mean, that's just super bad. I can't play the Deadly Visit yet, so I need to survive for a couple of turns here. This says... Okay, that's not very scary, but I still have not much to do here. I mean, I have to kill the Thief of Sanity. I hope they don't use the Pilfering Imp here. Because I mean, at some point they're gonna be able to answer my Recluse and then they can just simply win, but so far so good. I mean, they're gonna be able to kill my Siege Worm with the... Okay, this has minis now, right? Okay, no blocks. Alright, so what does all this mean? I mean, I might want to Deadly Visit this guy too now that it's somewhat problematic. 5-5. Maybe I'll just play the Siege Worm here. I can play the Beetle and then... No, I can't play the Siege Worm after that. I would have only 6 combined with the Convoke. So I can play the Siege Worm right now. And they can... No, I can't because the Recluse must not. Okay, I have to use the Deadly Visit, but does that mean I'm gonna leave this guy alive? I actually have to kill this because it's the bigger threat now. It seems like they can't answer the Recluse. So... Yeah, the Gorgon doesn't do anything. I mean, I really need to find another removal for the Thief of Sanity. That's the only thing I need here. So... Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Just don't have like a dead weight for it. Okay, Dowser I can block with the Siege Worm. And I can now play the Siege Worm, but I can't still play the Beetle because I don't want to tap the Recluse. I have to do it like this. So I'm on my back foot here, thanks to the Thief of Sanity. I'm actually happy they didn't use this Pilfering Imp yet, because I had both the removal and the Siege Worm that were pretty good. I mean, I think that they should start using this Pilfering Imp now, because otherwise I'm just never gonna have anything in my hand, and my Recluse can always block it. Although, if they attack with it and the Thief of Sanity, I'm of course going to have to block the Thief of Sanity instead. I will take the 1 damage from it. If they use the Imp now, I don't care. The Iron Shell Beetle can go. It can go, really. Yeah, that's fine. I hope they don't have that much Sir Whale in here, because I really... Oh, okay. Well, that's how you lose to a rare. Unless I really now draw. I do have removal in here. Deadly Visit, then my first pick in the draft, and then there's the Dead Weight too, but this card is just insane. So what did I not get? Timber Sentry and Swamp, okay. So I have to draw a card. And that's... They got 1 card from me, but I guess it is fine. I can't raise here, I have to leave this Worm as a blocker, but if they took like a... if they took like a Deadly Visit from me... Okay, they only found a Potkull is mine. It's something I can live with. Okay, but did they... Yeah, I still have my, you know, the Chromatic Lantern. What's its name? I have a chance to actually get this sentry back. That would be pretty sweet, but now it's more like what they're gonna draw and what I'm gonna draw. They have the disinformation campaign, so every Sir Whale card they draw is gonna draw them another card, so that's gonna be bad. But at least so far, it doesn't seem like they have. Now I'm gonna do this actually. I don't mind trading with the Dowser here. They might double block and it doesn't matter. Okay, just a couple of more turns, them not drawing a Sir Whale card. Regular creature, I can live with that. Okay, so they're gonna have a... Oh, actually I forgot that possibility. Well, I mean, sure, I can still eat the Mesmerist here. So, I'm gonna block with this thing. Block and activate it. They're gonna deal 4, but I guess it shouldn't be that bad. I'm still at 6. Okay, that can be boosted somewhat. Another Siege Worm. Well, they're gonna make this a 5/5 currently, so I can't attack with the Dissident. But the other Siege Worm was very good. I have 7 mana here even, so I don't have to tap anything. So this thing attacks now. If it trades with the Veiled Shade, I don't mind, because this actually can be even bigger than a 5/5. But at least I have the Death Toucher for it. So, given that I have the Siege Worm for the Dowser and the Death Toucher for the Veiled Shade, things are looking fine. But of course they can draw a removal and then I just lose. Okay, well they didn't draw a removal, but now they have a blocker for for my siege worms. So because this is like a, they are like a 7/7 here. Well, I mean, then I don't attack. I mean, I can attack with the Hide Poisoner though, because I can double block this Veiled Shade. Yeah, let's attack with this. I don't mind to trade with either of those. Drawing the Chromatic Lantern would be very good. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Except prevents my Death Toucher from attacking. And there are 8, it's gonna be a 6/6, so no attacks. I mean, if I had 1 more mana, I could actually attack with this, because this can be a 6/6 after I have 10 mana, but I have 9 only now, so this is a standoff. I'm just scared about them drawing some good Surveil card, some creature with Surveil, and then they get just more value. Okay, they have drawn a lot of lands there though. Well, this is the kind of useless draw I don't need at this stage in the game, but I'm basically waiting for my Chromatic Lantern here. There are only 14 cards in there, so yeah, this is exactly the kind of stuff that wins them the game. They get, alright, yeah, that's the worst. That is the worst. I mean, they got a repeatable Surveil card in there. And it also is a flyer that can just deal me 1 damage a turn. Yeah, this is just horrible now. I guess I lost to this draw now. If I have a Chromatic Lantern, can I do something good with it? I can return the Sentry and play it as a, like a 3/3, I think. Oh no, only a 2/2. Yeah, they get to draw extra card every turn now. And this Veiled Shade actually, it's so funny because they drew so many lands that my Siege Worms are unable to attack thanks to the Veiled Shade. I mean, if they tap more mana now, then actually my Siege Worms can attack, but let's see what happens. Yeah, there is that. They have to leave the 8 mana here up in order to have this as a big enough blocker. So yeah, this is 8 mana available, that's 4 pumps, which means that my dissidents can attack, but not both, only one of them can attack. So one of them should attack. It can be a 6/6. Interesting if they choose to block with a Shade. They would trade unless they have something. Well, I'm not gonna even pump it because I'm definitely... Or maybe I'm pumping it. They might have something instant speed end of turn, so I will force them to use mana. I hope they don't have any response to that. Okay, they do that. Because I guess I don't need the other dissident. Yeah, I'll just make it so that they have to use their mana. If they have some instant spell effect, I would make this trade happen instead. Okay, so at least now they are you know, free to play all the spells they're gonna have there. And I have some big attackers here, but the problem is that they have so many cards here now that this is so easily they can just overwhelm me completely. Yeah, that's a very good card. Yeah, I mean, I'm just completely outclassed by better cards here. There's not really much else to this. I have some good cards in the deck, but I don't know. Well, definitely they didn't even attack with the Nightveil Sprite. What's up with that? No idea. Well, how many blockers do I need? I guess I don't need that many. I can just attack with all my guys. I mean, not all, but I believe 2 blockers here. Poisoner for the Dowser, and this can block something else. And I guess they have to have something for my guys now, otherwise they are gonna even lose here. Okay, they are going to have something. Because this dissident can just kill the Dowser here, so they are going to have something. I really wonder why they didn't attack with the Sprite. They could have returned the disinformation campaign to their hand as well. And I can't imagine which blocking anything here. They could have also, you know, attacked me to 4 damage there. Okay, so let's take their trick. Okay, now they take that much and then... Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if they... I have blockers now, but if they have like anything for the shield mate, that means I lost the game. Yeah, this artful takedown was great. But if they had attacked last turn, the Nightveil Sprite would actually... Well, none of that matters now. Yeah. Yeah, they had so much better cards than I had. Alright, so this seems to be like another very bad draft unless I manage to now win a couple of games back to back. I mean, I don't think I had much option in the draft portion for this deck. Was there some other very good deck to be drafted there? I mean, when I opened in pack 1 the Nightveil Spectre, the Dimir double blue, double black card, I had 2 siege worms by then. I really didn't want to abandon my green at that point. Of course, I got past one of those again. And then there were quite late Boros cards in the draft as well, so should have had just moved to Boros at some point. I'm not that sure about it. Okay, what's going on? It doesn't... Okay, weird. Does it make it a draw right now? It took quite a... Yeah, that's what it does. Nice arena ability there. I mean, arena feature. When the matchmaking takes too long, it's gonna just make it a draw. Well, I mean, there is the chapter selection for the round number 4 there, so you should have used that a while back ago. Well, this I'm on the draw, but this hand is actually something reasonable. One drop, two drop, maybe the 4 drop, and the removal already waiting for some of their good threat here. Okay, and they start with the 1 drop 2. That even wins a race situation thanks to the life link there. So now I do have the mana for the deadly visit, but of course now I do want to have something to play on turn 3. Well, at least they didn't play much either. Of course now they do have access to 5 mana, so if they have something big. Okay, well I'm gonna have to deadly visit that thing. It has double strike, so can't block it. I mean I will take 7 damage this turn. Next turn I'm going to deadly visit the Garrison Sergeant. Okay. This is the kind of stuff that's going on here. Well, I have to double block it. I will have to lose 2 guys. Yeah, because I need to kill the... Yeah, this is not good, but... Turn 4. Okay, they really played. Turn 4, 3-3 double cast, double striker, and then they had turn 5, 3-3 double striker. That is pretty sweet. That really is. Well, at least I get to kill this guy, but... maybe I'll take the Gorgon, or just some random creature, why not? Yeah, that... I had a 2-for-1 myself, but let's see. They will have, of course, 2 cards drawn at some point. The mentor is gonna... Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just losing here. I mean, I don't know. Is that just... Am I cursed in this best of 1 format? Because it seems my success rate in best of 1 is so much lower than in best of 3 that I don't know what's going on. Well, there's a siege worm. Well, I can just trade the Seratok with the Honor Goblin. That's really bad. Let's say if I play this, I can actually have the siege worm. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade anything here. I'll play the siege worm and the Death Butcher here, but I mean I need a removal for the... I can't win any race. They have 4 points of flying damage. I have 1/4 blocker that has a reach. Doesn't take much time when they can start drawing cards from these things, so... Molder Hulk don't even have the mana for it currently, but I guess I'm gonna lose a creature now. I will attack with this, and this. But I will die in 2 attacks. Oh yeah, this is just... How much life have they gained? Too much. I mean, I have a decent attack here, but I'm simply losing to their flyers. That's not enough. Wow. That was a 1-2 draft. That, well, I mean, like I've said, I will upload each and every draft I play. I'm not gonna cherry pick, only the successful ones. So this is gonna be uploaded. Oh, and I don't know what... Maybe the deck just was bad, but I mean, opponent had a very sweet curve in there. Those double strikers, forcing me to take a 2-for-1, and having the heelless hawk with a mentor meant that I wasn't able to raise them, and they had to. Yeah, I mean, maybe my deck was just very bad. I guess the Golgari is the worst guild in this format. Yeah, I think it is. Well, see you in the next draft then. Bye bye.